Tracy, how's the weather going to be for this event?
You know, the weather will probably have everything to do with the air quality, but I'd like to make a request now that you can drop a plate off at 400 Broadway. I would love some ribs. Okay, how about the almanac? So today was another day with temperatures nowhere near normal daytime highs. The normal daytime high this time of year is 92. Today we hit the mid 80s, and that was all because of that wildfire smoke. We had hazy sunshine, so the sun really couldn't penetrate all the way through and warm us up. But you know, I kind of like the cool down. Didn't like the smoky and unhealthy air quality, but I did like the afternoon highs in the 80s. 85 in Stockton, 81 in Placerville, 81 degrees in Auburn, mid 70s in South Lake Tahoe for an afternoon high, 90 up in Oroville, and the lower 70s down in San Francisco. Weather headlines: a red flag warning is in effect throughout parts of the day on Saturday for areas near the call to fire. Unhealthy air quality is still playing favorites over the course of the weekend. Foothills and South Lake Tahoe, unfortunately, that's going to be you guys. And hazy sunshine also continues to bring us cooler temperatures. So high winds return over the course of the weekend, and they will be so high that, coupled with low humidity and very dry fuels, we do have a red flag warning. It begins at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning till 8 o'clock Saturday night. Winds out of the west to southwest coming in 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusting up to 40 miles per hour. And here's the areas we're concerned about. It's really going to be where you have those places that are adjacent to the Calder Fire and running up to the north a bit just outside of Feather Falls. And here's a look at the winds we're expecting. I move forward in time to 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, where you are seeing the blue arrows and even some yellow arrows is the opportunity for gusty winds. And you can see it just outside of where we have the Calder Fire, moving up through parts of South Lake Tahoe into Truckee. That's where we're expected to have some of the gustiest winds. That's, of course, why we do have the red flag warning in effect for those locations. And that's why if you do live in any of these areas, you do need to have an evacuation plan in place for you as well as for your family. Sustained winds will probably be around 10 to 20, and in some locations a little higher. It's really those gusty bursts of winds that come through that can drive the Calder Fire. And if you happen to have a spark, it can really push new fires as well. Outside right now, 62 in Sacramento as we look out toward the Gilmore backyard. 66 coming in for Stockton, 69 in Modesto, 68 in Marysville, and the lower 50s for Tahoe. Air quality has been something we've been talking about the last couple of days, and right now Tahoe looking at very unhealthy to borderline hazardous air quality. And you can also see red here just outside of Grass Valley moving into Placerville. That's going to be the story over the weekend. And look at the visibility there. 3-mile visibility in South Lake Tahoe, 4-mile visibility in Truckee. And how will it look over the course of the weekend? Let's take a look. This is a futurecast based on a smoke forecast, and it kind of lets us know what's going to be happening. You'll see hazardous air quality in the South Lake Tahoe as well as into Truckee, and then you'll see a little bit more of a delta breeze coming in. It will reward Sacramento, Yuba City down into Stockton, but of course areas in the upper foothills and the Tahoe area still looking at hazardous air quality over the course of much of the weekend. 10-day forecast, temperatures still expected to be below average for both days.